Welcome back, everybody, to Zlatan's Fight Picks. Today we'll go over the fight card for Rozenstruik versus Gaziev. I believe it is Vegas 86. I'm not 100% sure about that, but I think that's the number. So let's start. As usual, we will go over the card from the first fight, what we think is the first fight, to the main event. So let's start. Abdul Karim El Salwadi versus Loki Radzhabov. Abdul Karim El Salwadi, 5'7", 69-inch reach, 15 wins, 3 losses, 28 years old. Loki Radzhabov, 5'11", 69-inch reach, 17 wins, 5 losses, 33 years old. Kind of went back and forth on this one a little bit. I like El Salwadi's durability. Actually, not durability. I like his gas tank, his stamina. He can go for sure hard 3 rounds and not gas. He's got excellent stamina. Loki Radzhabov has questionable stamina. That's the only weakness I see for Loki. I think Loki is the more powerful striker. He's the better wrestler. He just overall, I think he's stronger. I think he's overall just a better fighter. I don't know what his gas tank is going to look like. I know he's going to win the first round. He's going to win the second round. Well, second round will be close. And El Salwadi, if he's not out by then, will probably have the better gas tank. Hard to tell if Loki's going to be able to push. Loic is going to be able to push through this. So I like him. I think he's the better fighter. I think he's the bigger fighter. I just question his gas tank at 33 years old. I bet on him last time, and he won one, and then he got destroyed by Mateusz, that Polish guy. I can't remember his name. Who's actually a really good fighter. So Abdul El Salwadi, he has been KO'd. Loic has got KO power. I remember him knocking down Estevan a couple of times, and he's got a big right hand. I'm gonna go with Loic. He is the underdog in this one. I think he gets it done. He's the better wrestler. He's got more power. I think he's live for a KO. If it goes past the second round, or actually past a round and a half, then I'm going to start to worry a little bit, just because El Salwadi's going to have the better gas tank, and it's hard to tell how Loic's going to look. If he's trained well and he has a decent gas tank, he's still going to win, but that would be the big question mark. So Loic's going to be the pick. Moving on, Vinicius Oliveira versus Bernardo Sopai. Vinicius Oliveira, 5'9", 79-inch reach, 19 wins, 3 losses, 28 years old. Bernardo Sopai, 5'6", no reach, brand new, 11 wins, 2 losses, 23 years old. Very young guy. The metrics as far as his size go, I don't really like to pick in the shorter guy. Vinicius Oliveira seems very unpredictable. Comes in, throws these big hooks, has a chance to get countered. He just goes in, it's kill or be killed. I just don't like that style. I mean, it's an exciting type of fight. I don't know if it's going to win you all the fights that you should win. Bernardo Sopai is a very young guy. You know, I mean, you only see regional tapes from him. He looks like he's pretty strong. He's pretty durable. He's got a good gas tank. He's good on the ground. He's well-rounded. I'm going to go with this guy. He is slight underdog. Oliveira is very exciting. Definitely can get the KO. I think Sopai can get on the inside and give him a couple of good counters. Yeah, I'm going to go with a young guy who is the slight underdog, just because Oliveira is just so sloppy on the feet. He doesn't have great defense. He's always fighting with his hands down, throwing these big looping shots. He's got pretty good kicks. He's not bad on the ground. He doesn't want to go on the ground, and I think Sopai was going to be better on the ground. Yeah, Sopai's going to be the pick. Moving on. Christian Leroy Duncan versus Claudio Ribeiro. Christian Leroy Duncan, 6'2", 79-inch reach, 19 wins, 1 loss, 28 years old. Claudio Ribeiro, 6'1", 77-inch reach, 11 wins, 4 losses, 31 years old. Claudio Ribeiro, I mean, he has a little bit of some takedown ability. He's definitely a power puncher. He's trying to get your to knock you out, trying to punch your lights out. Christian Leroy Duncan, he's a sniper. He goes on the outside. He's very mobile. He likes kicking from distance, throwing punches, going in and out. Very tricky, very hard to get a hold of. He's pretty good on the ground too. Overall, I'm going to go with Christian Leroy Duncan. I think he's going to be too much for Claudio Ribeiro. Christian Leroy Duncan also has some really good head kicks. We've seen Ribeiro be susceptible to head kicks and kicks in general. Ribeiro is going to be live for like a knockout in the first round. As he tires, I think he's going to be less and less likely to get that knockout. I'm going to go with Christian Leroy Duncan on this one. I think he's going to be too athletic, too long, and too fast. Moving on, Ayman Zahabi versus Javid Basharat. Ayman Zahabi, 5'8", 68 and a half inch reach. You know, not 68 like we used to think. 10 wins, 2 losses, 36 years old. Javid Basharat, 5'9", 69 inch reach. 11 wins, 0 losses, 28 years old. Basharat, he's the up-and-comer. Everyone's talking about him. He's very durable. He's good on the ground. He's got a good jab. He's got good strikes. But we've seen some weaknesses in him too. I mean, he's always going to a decision. He doesn't seem to finish anyone, not on the ground, not on the feet. So he's really a decisionator. Ayman Zahabi, he's not very active. I mean, you've seen flashes of greatness in him, and I think he's a really, really good mid-level fighter. But he is dangerous. He's got KO power. He got a KO against I can't remember his name, that Chinese fighter. He got a KO in the first round. You know, he's good on the ground. He has good scrambles. This guy's a live dog. And the thing is, he is a huge underdog. Now, I think that Basharat should win this fight. And he should win this fight. But if there was a live dog here that can upset a huge favorite, it's going to be this fight. So I'm going to pick Basharat, but you'll see on the board, I've got him to mid-level confidence, and I've also got a little note that I will have a sprinkle on Zahabi in a parlay where I substitute Basharat for Zahabi, just because it's such a huge multiplying effect. You can even bet him individually if you want to have a dog shot on this. I mean, I could have easily done it like I did last time, where I had him at the bottom end of it and pick Zahabi with a warning that it's, you know, the other guy should win. And again, this is going to be kind of, I just moved them in my board. Zahabi's a real live dog here. Basharat should be able to outland him with his jab. Basharat should be able to take him to the ground. Basharat will not be able to take him out. Basharat will not be able to submit him. Zahabi's not going to be on the ground for very long. Zahabi does have some power shots. He's going to be able to land. He's got a decent jab of his own. He's going to be a little shorter. I think Basharat's a little longer. But Basharat has a big ego, and he can come into these firefights, and Zahabi's got a lot of power. I'm picking Basharat. I mean, I actually want to pick Zahabi, but Basharat should win this. But do I have a bet on Zahabi? Yes. You know, do I have a bet on Basharat? Yes. Depending on, I've got him in different forms. I've kind of spread it out a little bit, just because I really believe with plus 550, Zahabi is definitely worth a shot. You know, pick's going to be Basharat with, you know, a caveat that, you know, if you had Zahabi in a bet, it wouldn't be a bad idea. I could see an upset here. Moving on. Eric Anders versus Jamie Pickett. Eric Anders, 6'1", 75 inch reach, 15 wins, 8 losses, 36 years old. Jamie Pickett, 6'2", 80 inch reach, 18 wins, 10 losses, 35 years old. I mean, Jamie Pickett's just, I mean, he's big, he's strong, he's durable, he's a little too slow, he's kind of good everywhere, not really great anywhere, and just, it's really durable, and he's always just losing these decisions, and, you know, I mean, he's just a very blah kind of fighter, right? Eric Anders, He's big, he's strong, he's powerful. He's had some good competitive fights with decent opponents. You know, they're both getting up there in age. Eric Anders is a huge favorite. Eric Anders should be a huge favorite. He should be able to beat Jimmy Pickett. This fight might be a little closer than we think, but Eric Anders should win this fight everywhere. So Eric Anders is going to be the pick. Moving on. AJ Cunningham versus Ludwig Klein. AJ Cunningham, 5'10", 71-inch reach, 10 wins, 3 losses, 29 years old. Ludwig Klein, 5'7", 72.5-inch reach, 20 wins, 4 losses, 1 draw, 29 years old. Ludwig had another opponent, Joel Alvarez. AJ Cunningham's coming at the last minute. He's new to the UFC. He's very tough. It's very durable. You know, good striker. Okay on the ground. I think Klein is going to have a wrestling advantage. Klein's going to have a speed advantage. Klein is, I don't know if Klein's going to have a durability because this AJ Cunningham is really tough. So overall, Ludwig Klein is a huge favorite. He should be a huge favorite. This guy's coming in out of nowhere. Ludwig Klein's not the kind of guy that can get clipped and get dropped. AJ Cunningham has power, but you know, Ludwig Klein has faced quite a few people with a lot of power who are taller than him. Ludwig Klein is going to be the pick. He should win this fight easily, probably in the distance, inside the distance. Yeah, so not even worth the bet with the odds anyway. Moving on to the main card. Matt Schnell versus Steve Erceg. Matt Schnell, 5'8", 70-inch reach, 16 wins, 7 losses, 34 years old. Steve Erceg, 5'8", 68-inch reach, 11 wins, 1 loss, 28 years old. I mean, the trajectories of these guys are opposite. Erceg's gone his way up. He's 20 years old. Matt Schnell's 34 years old. Has had some bad KO losses. You know, he's very dynamic. There's no fight that Matt Schnell's in that's boring. This is going to be an exciting fight for as long as it lasts. Matt Schnell, he'll just go for it. He'll go for it on the ground, on the feet, and if he had if he had more durability, as in his chin, if his chin wasn't so iffy, you know, this guy's live. But the fact is that he's going to hit Erceg really hard, and Erceg's going to survive, and Erceg's going to hit him really hard, and he's not going to survive. That's how it's going to go. But otherwise, Matt Schnell, he's got a lot of talent. But he's just 34 years old, questionable chin against a guy who's proven that he can take a really hard shot. So shot for shot, Erceg's going to win. Erceg might even have the submission, the ground advantage. But Schnell is live everywhere. He's very exciting, very dynamic, striking on the ground. Erceg's going to be too tough. He's going to end up just, you know, finishing him. And just because Schnell, he's got an iffy chin, I think I could see him getting knocked out. So Erceg's going to be the pick. Moving on, Umar Nurmagomedov versus Bekset Almakhan. Umar Nurmagomedov, 5'8", 69-inch reach, 16 wins, 0 losses, 27 years old. Bekset Almakhan, 5'7", 17-inch, 1 draw, 26 years old. All I got to say is, what the hell is the UFC doing? Like, I don't get it. Like, this guy should be fighting somebody in the top 5. Like, why are you wasting his time? Why are you wasting time in general? You couldn't set up a fight. I know everyone's avoiding him, but I mean, how could everyone just avoid him? UFC's got the final say. They're the matchmakers. They should be making these fights. This guy's legit. He can't be fighting new guys coming into the UFC. Not that Bekset's a bad fighter. He is a good fighter. Is he top 5? We don't even know. But Umar just sits there and sits there and sits there and waits and waits. Like, this guy should be fighting for the title. One more fight, he should be fighting for the title. This guy is great. Everybody's scared of him. I don't get it. What a waste of time for this guy. I mean, I'd be pissed if I was him. What a waste of time. You're 27 years old. You're at the peak. And you just have to continually fight nobodies because they can't set you up a fight. Like, it's ridiculous. This is a ridiculous fight. Ridiculous odds. It's just stupid. You know, Omar's obviously going to win. You know, how good Bekset is, we'll see. But Umar's going to win. at minus 1200. What? That's his odds. This is stupid. Like, you set up a stupid fight, you're gonna get stupid odds. It's not even exciting to watch. What's the point? I mean, just don't even have him on the card and have him in the next card and give him a decent opponent. When I saw that fight, it was just a kind of a big joke. Like, you're wondering what's the UFC doing? Like this doesn't make any sense. Like, who's running it? Like, you guys are in charge, or are the fighters in charge? And sometimes the fighters are always claiming that the UFC's, too much in charge, and yet in this case it just looks like a big joke. Like, I don't know. Anyways, Umar is going to be the pick. High degree of confidence. Don't bet on the fight. Minus 1200, just a waste of time. Moving on. Alex Perez versus Muhammad Mokaev. Alex Perez, 5'6", 65.5-inch reach, 24 wins, 7 losses, 31 years old. Muhammad Mokaev, 5'7", 70-inch reach, 7 wins, 0 losses, 23 years old. Alex Perez, this guy's really talented. He's lost only to the top guys in the division. Muhammad Mokaev, he's really talented. But I really think Muhammad Mokaev's coming at the point where he's peaking. I don't think he's top 5. I think, what's he at? Top 10 now? Is he 10th or something like that? I don't think he's that great. I mean, he's good. But, you saw what happened with Elliott. He got lucky to win that fight. Okay? He's got grit. He's got determination. And he fights through things. You got to give him all that. Not taking anything away. But I think Alex Perez is about the same talent level. But Alex Perez, I don't think his head's in the game. I don't think he's here to make another run. And I think out of sheer grit and determination, Muhammad Mokaev is going to win this fight. He's a huge favorite. Not massive, but huge. Still big, like minus 370. Alex Perez has got a lot of talent. I don't think he's going to beat Muhammad Mokaev, but it's going to be closer than everybody thinks. That's what I'm thinking. But Alex Perez, I mean, depending on if his head's in the game or not, if he came in 100%, this is going to be a close competitive fight. But I don't think his head's in the game. I think Mokaev's going to get through this guy. And maybe they're giving him Perez because they know that Perez is somewhat of a decent fighter that he can get through. Because it's hard to find now fighters that he's going to be able to get through. As he's moving on up the ranks, I don't think he's going to win. I don't think he's going to be the champion. I really don't. I think he's lucky if he gets to top 5. I don't think he's even going to get there. I think this is a setup fight where he can maybe have a fight for the championship and get, beat. Possibly, so they're giving him a fight that he can definitely win. Because Perez is a talented fighter. His head's not in the game. Muhammad Mokaev is going to be the pick. It's going to be a closer fight than everyone thinks. I think Muhammad Mokaev, he's young. He's definitely got to improve. As far as where he's at now, he's definitely not top 5. Is he going to improve? Well, another 4 years, I would say yes. But you got to give it to the guy. The guy's tough. He's pushed through some fights where he should have lost or could have tapped and all that. So Muhammad Mokaev is going to be the pick. Decent amount of confidence in that. But Perez is going to give him a run for his money if he comes in ready. Moving on, Victor Petrino versus Tyson Pedro. Victor Petrino, 6'2", 77-inch reach, 10 wins, 0 losses, 26 years old. Tyson Pedro, 6'3", 79-inch reach, 10 wins, 4 losses, 32 years old. Petrino should win this fight. I mean, Pedro is questionable. His competition that he's lost to is questionable. The competition he's beat is questionable. Victor Petrino, we'll have to get that later. Victor Petrino, very tough, very durable. Pedro, first round, he's going to be super dangerous. Can he KO Petrino? I mean, we've seen that Petrino has been able to survive a lot of KO power. Tyson Pedro is still a black belt. Could be a club and sub type of thing where he knocks Petrino down and sub him. Yes, Pedro is live in the first round. Petrino should be able to outlast him, should be more durable in the 3 rounds, and should be able to win this over 3 rounds. He is a decent sized favorite. I think Tyson Pedro is live in the first round. I mean, I don't know. I mean, Petrino can take a lot of shots, but I'm more worried about a shot and then a sub. And Pedro is a black belt. It's, again, one of those fights where if I could see an upset, it'll be here. Like, I think Zahabi has got the biggest chance of an upset. Pedro's got the second biggest chance of an upset of a guy who's very favored. Petrino's going to be the pick. He should be the better fighter. He should be more durable. Mentally, he should be more prepared. He's 26 years old. He's getting better all the time. Tyson Pedro is live. You got to be careful on this one. But Petrino's going to be the pick. Moving on to the main event. Jairzinho Rozenstruik versus Shamil Gaziev. Jairzinho Rozenstruik, 6'2", 78 inch reach, 13 wins, 5 losses, 35 years old. Shamil Gaziev, 6'4", 78 and a half inch reach, 12 wins, 0 losses, 34 years old. Okay, I could be a little biased in this one. I'm going to give you a heads up. I picked against Shamil Gaziev last time, and he destroyed what's that guy from Hungary? Anyways, it's a big guy, kind of, great hammer, obviously a terrible nail. Gaziev walked right through him, just out-punched him, outlanded him. I mean, it's not like he really took him to the ground. He kind of stood there and just punched him. And I picked against Gaziev because I thought the other guy is Budai. Yeah, Budai could maybe outlast him in the first round and second round and kind of wear on him because Gaziev has a questionable gas tank. As I said back then, Gaziev might run out of gas, but he pushed through. But now he's dealing with Rozenstruik, who's a really good fighter. Now his path to victory is not going to be on the feet. Rozenstruik's a good striker. He could land big bombs against Gaziev. Gaziev does have a longer reach. He's going to be the bigger fighter in there. He's got a good jab. He could definitely damage Rozenstruik. Gaziev's path to victory is going to be the takedowns. Is Rozenstruik going to be able to survive? This fight goes into the third round, fourth round, fifth round. I think Rozenstruik takes it. If it ends earlier, I think Gaziev could win this in the first and second round if everything goes according to plan. But, Rozenstruik is 35 years old, but Gaziev, he's 34 years old. So I don't really think, I don't know. I think they're trying to give somebody to Gaziev that he can beat on the ground. And I think Rozenstruik's not going to buy into this. I am going to pick the underdog, Rozenstruik, to push this through. It's a 5-round fight. If he doesn't get finished in the first and second round, I think he's going to win this. He's going to be live for a KO in Gaziev as he gets tired. A lot of people picking Gaziev. Low level confidence. I'm picking Rozenstruik to win this. Yeah, so let's go over the board. How's that look? All right. All right, again, not financial advice. Bet only what you can afford to lose. These are suggestions that I have going from most confident to least confident. I've got some lines here of where I would like cut this off, especially in the lower levels. These are so volatile, upper levels, but it never works out always. Well, it always does not work out quite the way you think. But anyways, take this, use it with your own due diligence, your own research, and combine it. See what I agree with you. Maybe combine it, whether you do it individual bets or parlays. Nevertheless, most confident, minus 1,300, Nurmagomedov. I don't know if it's gone down since then, but last time I checked, it was minus 1,300. Not worth betting. I mean, can you put him in a parlay? Yeah, but I mean, depending how big the parlay, how big of a difference it's going to make. I mean, that's up to you, but that's crazy number. He should win this fight. Urseg, minus 500, crazy odds. He should win this fight. I got in some bets on Urseg when it was a lot lower than this. This is probably not worth it. I wouldn't do it. But second most confident pick. Anders, third most confident pick. I mean, a minus 550. Honestly, I like Anders. But is he a minus 550? I mean, it's just crazy to think that Anders is minus 550. But I guess we're just looking at his competition. But overall, Anders should win this fight. But Jamie, I don't know, minus 550 against even the lowest level opponent. Anders, it's not like he's some sensational phenom. Not worth the bet. Klein, minus 1100. Oh, come on, man. This card's a little crazy. I mean, I can hardly wait for the UFC 298 next week. It's going to be much better. Is it 298 or 299? 299, right? Klein's favorite, not worth betting. I mean, I don't know if you want to parlay these guys. I mean, you can kind of figure that out how you want to do it, but individually, none of them are worth a bet. So, not at these odds. There was better odds earlier for these two. This was never good. This was never good. Makayev, better odds earlier. Again, he should be able to win this fight. His trajectory is different. It's going to be a closer fight than we think. It depends which guy shows up as far as Perez goes. You know, I mean, Perez, he can make a competitive fight if the right guy shows up. Moving on, Basharat. I've got him in the mid-level confidence with Petrino because minus 900, absolutely ridiculous. Sahabi at plus 550. I'm going to pick him to win, but this is going to be a close fight. And this guy's a live dog, you know, and I've got him on a bet as well. So, you know, that's me. I think this is a real live dog. Petrino, he should be able to win. Pedro, he's a live dog as well. Okay, because he's dangerous. This guy's young. I mean, this guy's so mentally hit and miss. That's the problem, is which Pedro's going to show up, right? And I do have him on a bet. I picked Pacino to win. He's on a bet too. I've got him at better odds earlier. I do have Pedro in a small parlay where I've swapped out Petrino. Just, you know, these are my real live dogs, especially it's my number one live dog, number two live dog. But I've kind of put him here because honestly, these guys should win this fight. I mean, it's like Urigi last week. I had her really low, even though she was minus 600, and I thought she should definitely be able to be the faster, better striker. But I just kind of picked Hughes as the underdog. I could put him anywhere. These guys should win the fight. These guys are my live dogs. Duncan, he should win this fight. Riberio's not that good. He's got a chance for a KO. I don't think Duncan's going to get that close to him. He's got a really good chance for a head kick knockout. Pick is going to be Duncan. Again, not good odds. Had him better odds earlier in the week. Rozenstruik, his odds actually got better. So, because I'm picking him, he actually became a bigger underdog as the week came on. So it was better to actually bet him now than earlier. Rozenstruik's going to be the pick. I think he's going to extend Gaziev. We haven't seen very much from Gaziev. I mean, what has Gaziev done? And Rozenstruik, we know, has fought the top guys in the division. Moving on, Radzhabov. Again, Radzhabov has fought some decent competition in the UFC. Beaten one, lost one. Very dangerous on the feet. The other guy's susceptible to a KO. If this gets into the later rounds, you know, he's going to be in more trouble, depending if his gas tank will hold up. Radzhabov's going to be a low-level confidence pick. And Sopai is going to be the last guy. Both of them are new to the UFC. I mean, it's a coin flip fight. I'm going to go with the dog. It's a dog or pass situation. I think he's got enough talent to do it. He's very young, though. So, yeah. All the guys underlined are the underdogs. So, realistically, I'm hardcore picking 1, 2, 3 underdogs. I'm softcore picking these other two in parlay type bets. So just give me the option of the multiple effects of apply 550 and a 255. Well, thank you very much for joining me. We're making good time. We made this in 30 minutes. Normally, I'd like to spend a little more time, but lately I've been getting these videos out on Friday because of scheduling, and I'm trying to keep them as short as I can. But otherwise, if you like the content, hit like, subscribe if you want to get notified for the next time I have a podcast coming out. Next week will be the recap. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think about my picks. Let me know what you agree with, what you disagree with, and what you're thinking. How these fights will go down. Other than that, thank you very much for joining me, and we will see you on the recap next week. All right, have a great day.